You know those moments when something so bizarre happens that even St. Thomas would go, yeah, I need to see it to believe it? That's the vibe today. Some things are so unbelievable that if they were only told as stories, everyone would call them lies. Luckily, in this age of smartphones, there's always someone filming, ready to capture the madness. From the absolutely hilarious to the jaw-droppingly shocking, we've got it all. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into some you had to see it moments. Everyone knows coffee has gotten expensive, but have you ever heard of one of the most exclusive coffees in the entire world? Produced not in Italy, not in Colombia, but in Brazil. And the secret isn't in roasting or in some hipster brewing method. Nope, the secret ingredient is bird poop. That's right, meet the jacu, a bird with ridiculously refined taste. These birds roam freely across coffee farms in the state of Espírito Santo, Brazil, and they only eat the best coffee cherries they can find. And what happens after the feast? Nature takes its course. They poop out the beans, still intact, but now uniquely processed by their digestive system. Farmers collect these beans, wash them, and roast them into one of the rarest coffees on earth. The result? A naturally sweet, complex flavor that coffee snobs will pay insane amounts of money for. We're talking over $200 per pound. That's not just coffee, that's liquid gold. So the next time someone brags about their artisanal pour-over, you can one-up them. Oh yeah? Mine was literally bird approved. Crows are famously clever, like tool using, puzzle solving, borderline genius clever. But this particular crow took things to a new level. A man spotted the bird holding a 100 real bill, about 20 bucks, and tried to bargain with it, but the crow wasn't buying it. Literally. The bird kept its beady eyes on the man, suspicious of every move. And here's the twist. While the man was trying to tempt it with food, the crow managed to outsmart him. It kept the money and snatched the food too. The human walked away defeated, while the crow strutted off like it had just robbed a bank. Honestly, it's the perfect scam. You get fed and you get paid. Next time, if you're trying to trade with a crow, you better bring a full bag of bird seed or maybe a bucket of worms, because these birds don't play fair. This one feels like something straight out of a comedy skit, but it happened in real life on the streets of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Imagine walking around and hearing a car with loudspeakers advertising like it's selling roasted corn or lottery tickets. But instead of corn, this car was selling doctor's notes. Yep, you heard that right.
Ô gente, só no meu bairro mesmo, carro do atestado, ó, escuta aí pra vocês verem, ó.
Olha o carro do atestado, R$50 em 3 dias. Olha o carro do atestado batendo sua porta, dando joelho, dando coluna, R$50, 3 dias de atestado, hein?
The recording blasted through the neighborhood. 3-day medical note, just 50 reais. That's about 10 US dollars. As if skipping work could be as easy as ordering fast food. Of course, when the video went viral, the police picked up on it. Civil authorities launched an investigation to find out who was behind the most shameless side hustle in the city. I mean, imagine explaining to your boss, yeah, I got my excuse note from a car with a speaker system. If it wasn't filmed, nobody would have believed it. Every couple has those little competitive moments. Who's better at bowling, video games, or even mini pool? In this case, the boyfriend was feeling cocky. He was so confident he'd win that he even decided to film his easy victory. But then came his girlfriend. Cool as ice, she lined up her shot and pulled off a move that looked straight out of a smoky bar where only old pool sharks hang out. Perfect angle, perfect strike, bam! She sank the ball like a pro. The boyfriend froze, jaw dropped, staring in disbelief. The whole thing was caught on camera. Lucky for her, because otherwise he'd probably deny it forever. Was it beginner's luck? Or maybe she secretly spent her teenage years hustling games at a rough dive bar. Either way, it was game over for Mr. Confident. We've all stopped to admire a cute little bird perched in the yard. A family was doing just that, pointing and cooing at a tiny bird sitting calmly on the wall. But what they didn't realize was that someone else was also watching. Enter the cat, silent, patient, a fluffy assassin waiting for the right moment. Just as everyone was distracted by the bird's cuteness, the cat pounced with perfect timing and chomp, the bird was gone in a flash. Nature, ladies and gentlemen, brutal, merciless, and often shocking when you see it unfold right in front of you. The family gasped, horrified, but hey, at least they had time to wave goodbye. Before you try any stunt involving heavy objects, make sure your phone is safely tucked away. This guy forgot that golden rule. He geared up to throw a massive block of ice into the air for laughs, but guess what came out of his loose pocket at the exact same time? Yep, his iPhone. The phone flew straight into the strike zone, and when the ice came crashing down, smash! Both block and phone were destroyed. What was supposed to be a funny little video turned into the most expensive ice smash of his life. The crowd laughed nervously, but deep down, everyone knew. That was the sound of hundreds of dollars gone in an instant. Moral of the story, don't let gravity and your smartphone meet on bad terms. Forget Pablo Escobar, meet Pablo Escogado. In Costa Rica, prison guards caught a cat trying to sneak into a maximum security prison. And no, it wasn't bringing in a bird or a lizard as a gift for its owner. This kitty was carrying more than 230 grams of drugs taped to its body. The feline drug mule was spotted mid-climb on the prison wall, looking like the fluffiest little criminal mastermind. Authorities intercepted it just in time, canceling the delivery. The so-called narco cat became an instant meme online, and while the cat was taken to an animal shelter, authorities warned, if one cat was trained to smuggle, there could be others out there. Imagine an army of cartel cats running a full-scale feline trafficking ring. Sounds like the plot of the next Netflix documentary. Not all animal deliveries involve drugs. In this case, a family dog returned home carrying a sealed package of fresh mozzarella worth about $6. Perfectly intact, ready for a grilled cheese. The family stood there shocked, wondering where in the world the cheese came from. The truth? Someone in the neighborhood had just been robbed by a mutt. Yep, the heroic-looking pup had actually swiped the cheese and proudly brought it home.
30 contos de mussarela, parça. O Todd trouxe da rua. Agora, da onde você pegou essa mussarela, meu parceiro? Olha aqui. Fechadinha, mano. De onde que essa desgraça veio?
That day ended with two stories. One family bragging about their magical dog that delivers snacks, and another family scratching their heads, telling friends they were mugged by a stray. So is the dog a hero or a villain? Depends on which house you ask. This one went viral in Brazil. A food delivery guy tried the classic excuse, oops, I forgot my raincoat, I can't deliver in the rain. His boss, not buying it, decided to take matters into his own hands. Out came a giant roll of plastic wrap. In minutes, the poor guy was wrapped from head to toe like a human sandwich. Completely waterproof, completely ridiculous. Customers reportedly did double takes when their food arrived, delivered by a guy who looked like a vacuum-sealed ham. Hopefully he got some generous tips, because being shrink-wrapped for the job is definitely above the pay grade. Some people lift weights, some people run marathons, but this guy in Brazil, he trains by running with a propane tank balanced on his head. Wearing his workout gear, he jogs confidently, the massive tank perfectly steady. The video went viral instantly, and apparently this isn't his only trick. Locals claim they've seen him running with a pineapple, jugs of water, and even random household items. The propane tank was just the advanced level. It's almost like he's trying to create his own Olympic event. Extreme head balancing. Place your bets. What's next? A TV? A washing machine? Maybe even a refrigerator? Whatever it is, I'm watching. In Hawaii, beautiful native birds are on the brink of extinction, not because of hunters, but because of mosquito-borne malaria. A single bite can kill, and as the climate warms, mosquitoes are spreading into the last safe bird habitats. Scientists came up with a plan that sounds insane at first. Fight mosquitoes with more mosquitoes. Every week, helicopters release 250,000 lab-modified male mosquitoes into the forest. Here's how it works. These males don't carry disease. When they mate with wild females, the eggs laid don't hatch. Over time, the mosquito population drops dramatically, giving the rare birds a fighting chance. It's basically mass mosquito birth control, a wild science fiction sounding strategy that just might save entire species. Nature threatened the birds with mosquitoes, and science turned mosquitoes into the solution. Incredible. We've all been there. Your charger vanishes and suddenly everyone in the house is a suspect. You accuse your sibling, your roommate, maybe even grandma, but now there's a solution. The plug bug. This slick red charging brick looks normal, but it has a superpower. It's trackable. Paired with an app, you can see exactly where it is if it mysteriously disappears. No more missing chargers, no more family drama. But that's not all. It's powerful, with multiple USB-C ports to fast charge all your devices at once. At about $70, it's not cheap, but honestly, it's worth every penny if it saves you from buying 10 new chargers a year. Plus, it makes the perfect gift for that one forgetful friend who loses everything. A lifesaver for tech users and a nightmare for thieves. So which of these unbelievable clips blew your mind the most? Drop your answer in the comments. And remember, if it wasn't filmed, most people wouldn't believe half this stuff. That's why we love the internet. It captures the chaos, the comedy, and the pure madness of real life. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more jaw-dropping stories.